and thanks for joining us. You are into the service of Plateau Radio Television Corporation, and the program is The Baroness. Yes, if you are watching us, you are in the right place, because we sure promise that you will never have lost your time. You have gained something. It's been wonderful. Plateau has been very cool lately, weather-wise. We've enjoyed some level of rains, even the farmers will tell you that they need some more. But at least we have had rains and people have planted, crops are growing. We hope that you are among those who have done so, and you will nurture it to see it to harvest, nurture it to harvest, so that we will have food on our tables on the plateau once again. Well, thanks for joining us. My name is Bayinwa Nyam, and I'm not alone today. As always, Karen is always there. Karen. Yes.
Kudos to me, right?
Yes.
Maybe I should pat myself on.
No. You see, let me just give it to you while you still live.
The onions, or is it the laurels? Why I'm still alive? Yes. That reminds me of the utmost need we have to just celebrate people dearest to us, rather than waiting for when they are no longer available. In light with that, we celebrate you for being our humble, our most dedicated viewers here on the Baroness, and we are saying that we hope that today brings you a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness, and everything that you wish for. And we hope that you will just pay attention to today's episode, because we have something special just for you.
Yeah, I remember I came on last episode talking about giving flowers to those who deserve it while they live. 3 years down the line, the time is now. Administration has been doing a lot of things on the plateau, and last episode we dwell on education, the education sector, and how that the present administration has been able to bring a lot of transformation structurally, the system itself, and there were so many landmark achievements that were recorded. We brought in here the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Dr. Mrs. Kachalongang, and she really gave down, rolled down the achievement of this present administration 3 years down the line, and one of which is the ability of the government to partner with a university outside of this country, far away in India, to train our young scientists, about 190 of them, about more than that, above 90 or 190 of them are studying in, and they have settled everything as far as the financial commitment and everything. It's really, really commendable. Scholarship has resumed. It's been raised to 300%. It used to be very low. It has improved, and they've resumed giving it scholarship for tertiary institutions, students in tertiary institutions, and a lot of courses in our tertiary institutions to have been accredited. These were some of the things that she said that day, and now people can, our young ones can boast of either going to serve after graduating or using their certificates to look for other further admissions, because their certificates are valid, the courses they have read are valid, and many other things that she talked about.
Many.
Yes.
It's commendable, the fact that, because a lot is being done, because education is a pillar of any society, and it starts with young minds. You empower the young mind, you empower the future generation. And one of the things that stood out in last week's conversation was the fact that she mentioned the fact that over 500 classrooms had already been renovated. New classrooms are on the works in terms of construction. And she also mentioned the fact that there was massive recruitment of staff. One thing that people keep complaining in various MDAs, various agencies of government, is understaffing. She made mention of the fact that when it comes to the staffing, she made mention of the fact that when it comes to education, the government is being proactive in ensuring that more staff qualitative staff, not just bogus staffs, are being trained so that at the end of the
Yes. Today we're still looking at 3 years, except that this time around we are not necessarily focusing on government, but we are also, in a way, trying to see, take a look at what has happened in the area of child. Too much a good record for us. We have said how various organizations have tried to address are there, what success stories are there, where we are at the moment. And of course, we have somebody in the studio field that will talk to you about that. And Cameron will introduce our guest today.
Well, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest on the Baroness today. One unique thing about our guest is she is no stranger to the Baroness. She is practically a Baroness herself. We've hosted her on a lot of episodes and she has shared incredible insight. Mrs. Jummai Madaki, it's a pleasure to have you again on the Baroness.
Thank you. So yes. Thank you for this invitation.
All right. I'd like us to start with the basics, the foundation. You know, we've been throwing out the word trafficking. What does it entail? What does it mean when we say trafficking?
Trafficking, there's some expression can come in different ways. You know, it's like most of the things we have on the plateau is, let me help you with the child, you know, especially troubled areas. You know, let me help you with this child. I will put the child in school, you know, and even the younger girls, you know, they are going to go to school or, you know, a lot of manipulation. So it has to do with movement. It has to do with exploitation. Whether you coerce a person or you force the person, there's a way you force the person. You know, it's not just by picking the person. You sort of rewire the person's mind to see that, look, what I'm bringing to you is help. Meanwhile, you know what you're going there for, you know. So there must be that manipulation. There must be that movement. There must be, you know, you must do it for a reason other than the help you put before the prospective victim. You know, so that's it. So it's not, some people would say, okay, I'm taking this child. There's a thin line though. They say, I'm taking this child, I will help the child. But we find some people, even in our homes, even the people watching us, who is your house help at home? Who did you bring from the village? Does the girl or the child have the same privilege with your own children? Does the child go to bed when others go to bed? Does the child do extra work than your own children? Does the child have the opportunity to go to school? If going to school, is it the same school? And do they sit down to write their assignment, do their assignment? You know, so it is everybody's business. So the child trafficking on the plateau, we need to even redefine it. Because it comes with this idea of, I want to help you. Let me take this child off you, you know. And it has to do with somebody that knows somebody in the community. A trafficker does not enter the community. So there must be somebody that sees what is happening, you know, and then utilizes and exploits these people. Some out of ignorance, what? Some,
you know, trafficking looks like on the plateau is something that just happened lately, or has it been there but not exposed?
It's been there, but it increased with the uprising we have, the unrest. You know, that's why it came, because for them to come and tell you that, let me help with this child, you know, you're struggling in IDP camp, you're staying in somebody's house, you know, the condition in the last 3 years, no, more than 3 years.
It's more than 3 years.
More than 3 years came as a result of the problem we have on the plateau. You know, remember, now watch one case to take more than 100 kids.
In the name of
helping. And there are some missions like that, you know. So the displacement of people due to the crisis has increased the vulnerability of Plateau kids. In my own community, one area, not a district, somebody came and took over 80 children below the age of 7. Yes.
80.
More than 80, because we are still getting people saying, my child is out there, somebody came to pick my child and all that. And then, with the help of the chief, they moved these children. Somebody as low, a kid as low as 2 years.
Was given out?
Yes.
Oh, how do we define that? What will
There's exploitation that you because there's an issue of promise. You know, and of course, whoever is linking the person to the community must have been given something. And lo and behold, when we tracked that, I can tell you that those kids have been sold. They don't have the same names. Yes, they don't have the same names. And the 2-year-old that came back could not recognize the mother. And the mother busted out crying. Where's your mother? Lagos. So you see, it's the problem on the plateau as it concerns child trafficking or just human trafficking has a lot to do with our situation. The movement, the displacement of people, you know. A mother will hold on to anything to save her child. But what's that she's holding?
Sorry to say, but people from Panshin, Kanki, Lantan didn't experience any of these attacks to warrant an IDP experience for them. So why are they on the map as well? What could be the reason for them releasing children?
Greener pasture.
Oh, wow.
Greener pasture. Like just few days ago, we were able to rescue 6 girls from Mali. The story they gave them, they were going to Lagos. And these are girls that have not even been to Jos. So how would they know when they reach Lagos? So this woman in the community who moves around up to Mali came to, of course, I know her. She belongs to my community. So I can give her the kids. So she took these children, girls. They are big grown up, but you see, trafficking is no respecter of age. Yeah, because the same manipulation they do to the parents, they also do to the girls. You know, so they give her the children. These kids moved into, they don't know Lagos. They got to, they got to Lagos. And before they realized where they were, they're already in Mali.
Wow.
They didn't know Lagos. So manipulation, cheap labor. You see, it's not just, trafficking is not just about taking them outside this country. There's a displacement factor to it. You move them from the point they are to another for economic reasons, for whatever reasons, and mostly when it comes to girls, it's sexual. Little children, labor. But we've seen where labor also comes with sexual abuse of children. So many of it. So now, you know, one part of it is the displacement. But we are seeing more survivors from the southern zone, Kwampang, Shandam, and you know, those areas. And they won't have a name for it. I can't remember it. They have a name for the movement. So it's like they are going for pilgrimage. It's like, let me put it that way. They are going to get exposed. They are going to hammer. And of course, why would they say they are going to hammer? The person that comes to recruit who belongs to the community
looks clean.
You know, she comes looking good. And that's enough to attract the girls. She comes looking good. And the parents, you know, parents will talk among themselves, oh, your child, can you take, in fact, parents offer. Parents offer the kids so that they can be like that person in that family.
Okay.
We had cases where we arrested. The immigration arrested a lady who also came to recruit her own sister to Ghana. And the mother opened her mouth to tell us that the daughter sends,
Money.
how someone would say, Babu, 100,000 weekly. And she was not ready to expose anything. So, okay, so we keep you and your senior daughter till that one you sent to Ghana comes. So these are issues. There's manipulation, but you know, one person tells another, and the community responds. You know, so I give you my daughter, you'll be sending small money. If the stories we're getting from Lagos, our kids are on the streets of Lagos, being dropped like yams. They are the ones selling pure water all over the place. Somebody told the parents, I can help you. This child will go to school. You know? And for the grown-ups, even those that know it's prostitution, they think it's the West of mind prostitution.
It's more than that.
Where one man, Sire, Suya, Mortina, one man, one night. The eyes become, you know, your eyes will fall off, the balls will fall off your the sockets. They go and they are there, 30 men in a day.
Wow. You know what you've just mentioned, these examples are just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
They are just a few of the ones that we know about. Now, looking at this, let's talk about protection. Now, in the years past, child's rights law on the Plateau was domesticated. And coincidentally, this administration, we all know that it's celebrating 3 years in office. Now, looking at that, when it comes to enforcement, has the law actually been enforced on the Plateau under this administration? Or have there been strides to ensure that it is enforced?
The government has done well. But then it takes me and you and the community to do what they are supposed to do. Yes, the laws are there. Who is implementing the law? Do the people that the law is and was meant for know that this law exists? Yes, the law is there. The ones you see treated are the ones somebody outside the community saw. Today you go to communities, they tell you it's my child. And I'll give to who I want to give to. So we need to do more. Yes, the laws are there, but I can tell you that if we don't move to more of what I would call a community bylaw, we will not get it right. Because it happens in the community. How many or how much of the community knows about the law and what it can happen? But if the community take it as their own, decide, look, everybody's child is everybody's business. When we're growing up, it's better for you to be beaten outside. Don't allow that, mama, to bring you back home to your parents, because it's double tragedy. Do we have it today? Can you touch somebody's child? Parents walk into schools and beat up teachers. Parents in community say, it's not your business. You dare not talk about my child. It's rumor mongering. You're abusing my child. You're spoiling my child's name. You're spoiling our family name. So how can we go about this? Except to go back.
No, but seriously, looking at what you've just mentioned, how does one strike a balance between constructive criticism and abuse? Because you've mentioned examples of communities not sticking to correcting other children because they're scared of reactions or retaliation from their parents. So how does one correct in a genuine manner that is not being construed as abusing the child? Because, you know, it's a balance, everything.
Before now, we know how parents correct. Whether they use the cane. As old as I am, there's a way my mom will look at me in public, that I will know that what I am saying or what I'm doing is not right. And I'm 62. Where did we miss it? She will look at you. There's something, I don't know how many parents have that. She will just look, she doesn't have to touch you. And we've learned to look at our mother's eyes when we're in the public. We've missed it. So the idea of discipline, we must return it. And parents should know that. Look, yes, the economy is bad, but how many parents have time for their kids? There's a thin line. You know, we are not suggesting that you give a child a corporal punishment, what they call a corporal punishment. But how was it done then that kids could respond to their parents' discipline? And kids would rather have somebody in the community talk to them, beat them up, than to bring them home. So we've missed it somewhere. And it's time for the community to pick it up. Because we cannot do it. The laws are there. But how many know about the law? And how can you enforce it? Yes, some of the stories that come is enforced. Because now, I think the new term now is once you find a child, you know, a child is constitutionally is below 18. Yeah. But you see the maturity age now. When you say below 18, you're talking about mothers. When you say, let's take it constitutionally 18. If a child is trafficked, that's below the age of 18. It will be good. It's going to be a good move to get the parents involved.
Okay.
When I say involved,
how?
Where were you? Okay. Let's make the parents responsible.
Self-aware.
You know, let's make them responsible. Let them see it as not only their family responsibility. These kids are, we want to call them government property. A child is government's. A child is government's. But then we need to put our foot down and ensure that communities, me and you, do not keep kids in our houses and not see that they are well taken care of and would have a future. That's serious trafficking. Because sometimes the person that brings the child to you, you send money to that person. And that other person sends peanuts to the parents. And the parents think, oh, the child is doing well. At Christmas, the Oga Madam will buy rice, wrapper, and send. Some kids spend more than 5 years without seeing their parents. But the parents see their gifts and they speak on the phone. So we need to create awareness. Yes, the government has done well by having these laws on ground. But we need to do more. Me and you need to do more. It is our business.
This traffic cases, it can be really traumatizing if we hear some of the stories. But what should be the best? Are we under this law now? Are we saying it's a crime to have a relative come stay with you? Sometimes genuinely, they are in your house for the right reasons, even though underage as well. Is that permitted?
That's a child's right law. No, we're not saying you should not help. That's how the thin line is there. We're not saying you should not help. But when you use all sorts of instruments, all sorts of, weapons, I'll call it weapons, to beat what you want to say correct your relative's child, that same weapon you cannot use on your own child. Although it does not really qualify as trafficking, depending on how you get the child and the agreement. So if you do that, it's against the child's right law.
Okay.
It doesn't fall under trafficking, but it depends. That's child's right law, and it's illegal. And I'm sure if you go around homes in Plateau State, I don't want to go to Abuja because our kids are so hardworking. They will not steal. They will not touch your husband. They work hard.
And so they keep them.
So they keep them.
You know, recently, when we come back, we'll be discussing what should be. Recently, a picture made around, you know, of a child who was molested by a woman who had taken in that child as a help. Is a boy. The whole body is being, I would say, mutilated. Something like that, completely wounds all over. Maybe we will discuss what should be the best treatment when you have, and what should people do around when they see things like that. If you have been watching us, we are talking about addressing trafficking in Plateau. So the past 3 years, what has been the experience? You keep the dial. Do not change.
So, yeah. I know it's all you got to just be strong.
Okay, the man does not manifest anything.
And it's a fight just to keep it together. I know you think that you are too far gone.
Thank you, comrade.
Hope is never lost.
Okay, Cameron, don't do that.
Hope is never lost.
We have another caller. That's all. Consider that very
Hold on.
Stay tuned to the Baroness on PRTV Jos every Tuesdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and repeats on Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Baroness, changing lives a day at a time.
The 3 girls were taken to Mali this year with the assurance of giving them employment, but they later discovered that they were there for prostitution. A community leader in Barkin Ladi, Daniel Kim, said the girls were lured to go for employment, but they were exploited instead.
Luckily, they bumped into somebody who is there also from Plateau State working. When he was making a phone call, they had him speaking the native language, so they ran to him and pleaded for assistance. When he now picked them for safety, he called home so that they will be rescued.
Wife of Chairman Barkin Ladi local government, Elizabeth Pwajok, who appreciated God for their safe return, said they will be taken to the hospital for proper checkup before handing them over to their families.
When they are for business or they want to work, after working, then it's something else, and they run away from the hand of the sponsor.
Focal person, Global Anti-Trafficking Organization, Jummai Madaki, explained that the girls were brought back from Lagos to Plateau State by the wife of the Barkin Ladi local government chairman.
We have to rescue them. And, we have to look at rehabilitation and reintegration. And that's what the Barkin Ladi chairperson is trying to do. Get them something to do. You have to sort of rewire their thinking. If not so, the trauma can take them the other way around.
One of the girls recounted their experience.
After I finished my school, one of my friends tell me say she did Senegal. Did I want to come? I tell her say yes. I go meet her for Lagos. As I meet her for Lagos, I asked her, me and my cousin in Rose. Then we asked her say which type of work. She say no be ashawo. She no really tell us as they come. We want to cross border. I can't suspect something.
I am bullshit pam.
Against you, I would consider that very unfortunate.
You are not hidden. Never been a moment.
Whether it's entertainment, education, or information, we're always here for you. Stay tuned to the Baroness on PRTV Just every Tuesdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and repeats on Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Baroness, changing lives a day at a time.
I hear your SOS, your SOS.
I want to cross border. That was the statement I heard last from that film clip that we just watched. It is still the Baroness, and we are talking about addressing child trafficking on the plateau. The past 3 years, what has been the experience and what can we do to stop it? I think most importantly, we are not just here to reel out the statistics. We are here to discuss the menace and to find a way out, if possible. And so far, so good. We've been discussing with Mrs. Jummai Madaki, a women activist, and she's a gender advocate as well, and has been very passionate in this line and been doing a lot. From that film clip, you saw how they were able to get these girls, young ladies, I will say, from Mali back to Plateau. It's a sad story, but we cannot continue to cry over spill milk. Let's talk about what to do to stop, to avoid, or to completely stop the milk from spilling, so we don't have to regret it later. Yes, we're talking about this trafficking and how it's the evil that is in it. Let me give a scenario. Assuming a family picks a woman picks a lady, a girl rather, probably under 18, and with the understanding that she'll be sending money to the parents. If the girl is well taken care of in the house and money is being sent to the parents, is that an acceptable practice?
It's not.
Because we've been talking about maltreatment. Yeah. What if that house takes care of the child? She's still not 18, but was brought into that family as a help, and money is being sent to the parents, but she's well taken care of. Is that acceptable?
It's not acceptable. One, there's movement involved. There's money
involved.
And the best place for a child to be is through the parents, But we see situations where kids are taken to another home, and then the money sent to the parents. You see, now there's a relationship, and it's based on economy. It touches on trafficking. Who brought the child? For what reason? There's a woman in my community that her own specialty is to pack kids to Abuja. This is just an exceptional case where the child is taken care of. But then the fact that, because you're sending money, you're sending money.
There's an exchange.
There's an exchange. There's an exchange. No matter how good, we discourage children being moved. If you want a house help, get a mature person above 18. Not a child. Get a grown-up. When we say a grown-up above 18, why take a child from the home and you are sending money? We should discourage that. Even when it's a relative, you are still exploiting. Because at the end of it all, you have children. It's really in Abuja. That's what is happening to our kids. And they say Plateau kids are just wonderful because we work. We are dedicated. We are committed.
Well behaved.
We are well behaved. We will not steal your money. We will not steal your husband. But then, what is the future of that child? There's already a disconnect from the family. And you're sending money. What do you want to call that?
When you gave an example of about 80 children of about the same age being moved out of the community, that is a population issue.
True.
Because when it comes to that age, at that time in that community, there won't be youths found in the community.
Of course.
Sadly, we hear of cases, when these cases are reported sometimes, we hear of the perpetrators being arrested. Is anything being done where they are concerned. Now, we're looking against the backdrop of 2 years of this administration in office. Now, rating from the time Barrister Caleb Mutfwang came in as a governor of Plateau State till present, can we say that there have been positive achievements or positive records in terms of conviction of some of these perpetrators of these heinous acts?
There are convictions.
Okay.
Especially has to do with NAPTIP, with Gender Commission. There are convictions. But trafficking is a very, very difficult case to prove.
Oh, really?
Very. You find even there are some we got and they could not say a word about their traffickers.
Why?
They take an oath.
Okay.
And the parents, yes, even the trauma aside, they take an oath. And even the parents
will not disclose.
Wow. And for you to establish a trafficking case to the level of conviction, it's a lot. It is a lot. Even when you get the girls back, they will not say anything. There's this girl around Utan that we rescued from Guinea-Conakry. A 15-year-old girl. She refused to name her trafficker.
Is it possible that they don't even know them by name because of the whole secrecy around?
There's a lot of secrecy, but I can tell you, you don't just pick anybody from the streets. You establish a relationship. You establish a relationship. You might not know the real trafficker, but you know the link between you and that trafficker. That person is close to you. That person knows you, or knows somebody who knows somebody that knows you. Somebody must be able to convince you because you know the person. I can't see somebody on the street and just follow. I must establish a relationship, no matter how sketchy that relationship is. So they know. Maybe they don't know the final trafficker. Like somebody that was trafficked from Jos and was given trafficked by her own peers. 2 girls between the age of 15 and 14, trafficked by their own peers. You know what that means? Already, a 15-year-old girl on the Plateau is already an agent. She got them the phone. She first told them, go and steal phone. They said they don't know how to steal. She bought them phone, put numbers. If you get to Lagos, call this number. They called. Then they saw nobody. Then they told them, enter this park. They went. From there, by the time they realized, the one will say, this money, where are we? They're already on their way to Guinea-Conakry. So we need to educate. Government has done well. The Gender Commission is working. The Ministry of Women Affairs is working. But you cannot continue treating cases. You must take care of the causes. You must take care of the causes. That's why we advocate that you have to continue talking to the people. Involve traditional rulers. Involve development associations. Involve NGOs so that together we can. And come together.
You know we're talking about economy. Don't you think that one of the solutions would be that people are empowered just so that they can take care of their families themselves?
Yes.
But how can that be? Will government dole out money every now and then so that parents can now be comfortable enough to raise children? Or would you want to advocate that schooling for children be free so they don't have the burden of training the children? What area would you think will be most appropriate to relieve parents of, so that parents won't have the burden of keeping these children under them?
The first thing, communities can go back to their farms. How many communities can even have sustenance? So the whole situation is there. It's the security situation we find ourselves. They can't go to the farm. So of course has to do with the economy. They can't go to school. The development associations, let's go back to the basics. Yes, education is. I want my child to go to school, and I don't have the means for that child to go to school. In our days, public school was really, really a place to be. It's just out of style that you take your child to a private school. Not because the private schools were the public schools were not working. My mom worked in a public school, and I can tell you, I can still remember her lesson notes. So what are we saying? Let's go back to the basics. Give you that old-time religion, where men go out and farm, where men go out and look for money, and mothers stay back and do the work. When I say stay back, I don't make them less human, but their role. But today, what do we have? The men go out, the women go out. Who is taking care of your kids? Frank Olize says always, it's 9 o'clock. Where are your children?
You know, that is a solution that I'm sure someone is paying attention to. But looking at the broader view, sadly, a lot of these girls, a lot of these children will not be rescued. Some of them die in captivity.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But the lucky ones, can we call them lucky because they're
lucky
trauma? Yes. So let's use the word the lucky ones. What next? What's the journey for them?
That's what we're trying to ask government to do, ask individuals to do, because we have, like, just for this week, I mean the last 10 days I would say, we've rescued 6 girls from Mali. What next? Yes, they went for a medical checkup, but the reason why they experienced what they experienced, most of them were idle. Their parents could not provide. Apart from that, mind you, there are some that know that they are going for prostitution, but like I said, they think it's west of Mine's prostitution. It's when they get there that they find it. But in the broader, as you said, we need to collectively. I know government's duty is to provide and protect. But who is government? It's me and you. It's when we turn the other eye that a lot goes wrong. A girl in Abuja, you know, I'll call it because I know there's an Ingas person here. She went up the fence of the house she was in. Somebody heard. Somebody that knew me called. And we're able to rescue this girl and rent her with her family.
You know, the basis for this question is the fact that you had mentioned in the clip we watched that these girls will need to be rehabilitated and reintegrated.
Yes.
What does that entail? Because those are big words.
Yes, you need to, first and foremost, yes, the first thing is to rescue. But you are bringing a traumatized human being. You know what they're going through, you know real trauma do
if they are not on drugs. So, when you profile them, it's expected that out of the data you get, you talk of reintegration. So now the integration, you have to really prepare them for the reintegration. What do they want? What can they do? What can we do to help them to be on their feet again? That's it. That's the big thing now that is lacking in our rescue mission. But you can see that the Barking Ladi chairperson is picking some. If all of us would take responsibility, I'm not exonerating government. We need safe housing. We need to keep these girls somewhere that we can rewire them, rewire their thinking, and give them hope again. And then integrate them into the community. Because now, the stigma is even sending some of them away from home. The 3 girls we brought, some of them dropped on the way. They can't go back to the community. The mother came and cried. The girl did not go home. She went into Bukuru. So the mother came to civil defense to set her eyes on the girl for the first time after a long time. And she could just cry. You see, but we need to get these girls prepared. We need to rewire their thinking. We need to prepare them for reintegration.
If not so, we are going to breed another set of Oga Madam to be traffickers and take our daughters out again. Because out there are Plateau girls, are Plateau daughters that are madams out there. And they'll come and get what they want.
So ordinarily, I would like you to just give us briefly what should be stage A, B, C of how to holistically handle these cases. Yes, I know that you and I are involved, but let's leave out this you and I because it's a porous border to talk about this you and I thing. But what should be the thing when you rescue? What's the first place to be? You talked about the fact that they need to be taken to the hospital,
yes,
to ensure they're healthy. What would be the second, third, fourth thing that should be done?
It's the profiling. Which
profiling?
Profiling.
You profile them?
Profile them, and then first, of course, you start. You get psychotherapy for them.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one you have to do it in a safe place.
Okay.
You can't rescue them and take them to the community street.
Okay.
So it's this space that we don't have.
Oh.
Only one. Okay, I think it's only Queens that accepts
that has a safe house.
Something that looks when we
like
say
a safe house.
You said looks like a safe house because a safe house is not just a house. It's a complete where the psychologists, medical care, the trauma healing takes place, and then it's then that you can know the girls in and out. What do they want to do? How can they go back to the community? What do they want to do? What is making them do? What made them do what they want to do? How can we address it? Before you think of now integrating them. That space between rescue and returning them and then reintegration is the big thing of preparing their mind, getting them ready for the community. Meanwhile, the self-esteem is gone.
Yeah.
So if you don't build that, you are going to build a worse set of traffickers. They've done it to me. I'm going to do it again to somebody else.
Well, it means that we have a lot of work because over the years we've been celebrating the rescue of many women, ladies from the various places that they have been through and all the treatments they have had to go through. But I think that we need to also let people understand when do you blow a whistle? When do you blow a whistle in your neighborhood? What are these things that when you see you should speak about? People like to maybe graphic description of some things, like when you notice this or you notice that, then raise an alarm. What are some of these things? I know that underage caregiver or help, it's enough reason to be concerned. What other things should people look out to?
One of the things that odd hours, you see the kid odd hours doing maybe fetching water.
Okay, odd hours.
Some labor.
Okay.
Yes, you see it. Like one woman around U-turn, kept on seeing this girl during school hours fetching water.
Okay.
So she called me, and that kid was rescued and taken back to Taraba.
Oh.
So you can. So we need helplines. And one thing I want to assure people out there, you can be assured of, nobody's going to expose it. As a whistleblower, just say it and stay back.
Okay.
And nobody's going to expose you.
You mentioned we need hotlines, but in the interim, where should people go to? Who should they contact when they want to report trafficking?
There are organizations. But of course the agencies that the Gender Commission, Women Affairs, even Justice, because they are housing the task force on human trafficking. The NAPTIP is there, Civil Defense is there. They all have anti-trafficking sessions.
Yes. Okay.
You can, and you can be assured. And people like us too, you can get across to us, and we'll be able to link up with these agencies and get things done. We can't continue to keep quiet. You will see it, even if they're in the same car. Look, I've been to hospitals where these kids, we carry the madam's baby, and you can see what she's wearing. I can see what the other kid is wearing. It might not be the same, but you can see the face. You can see fright. You can see, there are certain things you just see. And then you can share. You don't expose yourself. One thing again, don't expose yourself. Talk to somebody. Talk to people like us.
What about fear of stigmatization? Fear of stigmatization from the public.
That is
in a
reported.
situation, yes, that you go to talk about something being done to, let's say, yourself, you go to report. People begin to look at you like you're broken.
No, you are the survivor and taking the story.
Yes.
There's secrecy.
Okay.
You don't expose. If you come to me and mention you're a trafficker, I will never expose you. I will go for the trafficker. If you know somebody in the community that traffics children, you don't go face the person. You don't.
You go to
report.
Yes.
Report. You don't go. You expose yourself to danger.
A lot of them have a lot of cover behind.
Yes,
them.
cover, and it's a whole network. You see, trafficking. I think I want to say it's next to fuel, to petrol. It's a multi-billion business
industry.
Yes, it's a multi-business industry. So they will protect the ones you see in Jaws. The madams and the madams are over there. They might just be in Italy and they are operating in Mali or Guinea Conakry, but the money goes to them. So it's a multi-billion-dollar business.